everyone. It's a nice Saturday evening and I'm Dr. Karishma and that's Dr. Prerna.
Hi. Hi.
So we are here live with you today and we are going to perform a live carbon peel laser using the Q-switch laser here. And we're going to show you how this treatment works. So she's going to be doing the treatment on me and Dr. Prerna will give you a glimpse into how the Q-switch works and what are the various indications to use this laser and how we're going to perform this carbon peel laser. So all of you who are scared of the treatment, who feel it's unsafe, well, I'm going to do it on myself today and you're going to see how simple it is and it's absolutely pain-free. Okay, so let's start the treatment. I have not applied any makeup on myself, so you have to be makeup free before you do the treatment. And obviously if you are wearing makeup when you come to the clinic, we will be taking off the makeup, we'll be assessing your skin and Dr. Prerna will be definitely looking at your skin and see what are your main skin concerns. So let's start the treatment. Dr. Prerna, you can explain to everybody how it works.
Hi guys. So this is our Q-switch laser. It's a Q-switched Nd:YAG laser. The wavelength is 1064 nanometers. So this laser is basically for pigmentation issues. So it is a pigment-based laser, whether it is acne pigmentation or basically acne spots leaving marks and things like that, or you have melasma or uneven skin tone or any kind of pigmentation issues. So this is the laser treatment of choice. Now carbon peel is one of the peels we do with the Q-switch laser. So that is what we are going to show you today, and this is a completely safe, quick treatment. It's basically a lunchtime procedure. It originated in Korea. It was called the China Royal Facial or the Hollywood Facial, and we're going to show you how it works using our Q-switch laser. So like I said, the Q-switch laser has a number of uses, from pigmentation to many other things which I'll talk about as we go along. And carbon peel is one of the indications we do with the Q-switch laser. So like Dr. Karishma was saying, what are the prerequisites before you come in for a carbon peel? So I always advise that 3 days prior to the treatment, when you know you're coming, moisturize your skin well, use a sunscreen if you're going out of the day, and stop your actives 2 to 3 days before the procedure. So there's no dryness or irritation and the peel works well. So 2 to 3 days before you come in, do not use any of the actives like vitamin C or retinol and or any other active that you're using in your skin routine. So let's start. We'll start with cleansing the skin, and which we're going to show you soon. Applying liquid carbon lotion, and then we'll start the treatment. It's a very quick 20-minute procedure.
Hey guys, so I'm getting ready and our therapist here, Marina, she's going to start cleansing the face. A quick cleanse. Since we're on live, we're going to do the procedure a little faster. So my main concerns and why I keep doing maintenance carbon peel for myself is that, I get this once in a while tanning issue, especially on my forehead and in certain areas of the corner of my cheeks. And I feel this is a really good maintenance to keep these little bit of pigmentations in control, because the forehead pigmentation, perioral pigmentation, little pigmentations near the eyes are a very common Indian trait, and we see it in most of the dark skin or weak skin Indian patients, including the fair skin people. So very difficult to treat. So when the pigmentation starts earlier on, we suggest that you start doing these treatments like the carbon peel, a simple chemical peel if not a carbon peel Q-switch laser. And I think I keep doing this as my maintenance. When I go outstation, I come back with a tan as usual, even though I use a sunscreen. So this gives me a quick detan, and it also helps to kind of bleach off a little fine hair on my face. So makeup all taken out and we'll start.
So like Dr. Karishma said, this also bleaches fine hair. So as you know, laser hair removal definitely works for more thicker hair, but for those of you who have that fine baby hair and that is what bothers you, then you can do laser based bleaching using the same Q-switch laser. We will show you as we go along how we can bleach the hair with this laser during the carbon peel only.
So if you have any questions, keep putting your questions, and towards the end of the session we will answer your questions. And So tell us, Dr. Prerna, what are the other indications or uses, and where all do we use the Q switch to our audience?
Yeah, so like I said, this laser works for a number of indications. Carbon peel is just one of the indications of the Q switch laser. Any kind of pigmentation issues, like I mentioned, uneven skin tone, acne spots, melasma, any other pigmentation issues, this is a good laser to use. Other than that, tattoo removal. So tattoo removal also, we use the same laser, we use a different probe and we use a higher energy settings. Again, multiple settings are required for tattoo removal, but the same laser can be used for tattoo removal as well. Now freckles or sunspots, that can also be treated with the same laser at a different setting. So you have different settings, different probes which are there, and all of this will work well with the Q switch laser. Other thing it works well is even your lip lightening, dark lips, like it lightens pigmentation, it can be used for lip lightening also. You can combine the lip lightening with like a volite or a chemical peel of the lip for better results. So number of indications, and carbon peel, yes, it's one of the good quick brightening lunchtime treatments which you can do with the Q switch laser. And of course laser bleaching, like we mentioned. So very good laser, a lot of indications, very safe laser, hardly any downtime. Like other ablative lasers, this is very safe and very good results as well.
Yeah, and it's something that you can do and even go out for a party at night. Like
Absolutely.
We always say the silk peel medifacial that we have at our center, along with the Q switch. Any of these two treatments are like an immediate skin glow, immediate skin brightening, and especially detan. The fact that it bleaches your hair, makes the facial hair also lighter. If you don't have time for a laser hair session, or if you've not done your threading or waxing, and obviously we suggest don't thread, don't wax, come for a laser hair reduction, and
Always.
it's so convenient always.
Yeah.
So definitely this will give you an instant glow and a shine. Definitely a single session sometimes doesn't bring so much of response, but when you start doing it at a regular basis, monthly intervals, by the second and third sessions, I think overall one starts noticing better changes. Plus also your daily skin routine matters, along with doing these skin treatments.
So like Dr. Karishma mentioned, the silk peel is also a great brightening treatment. This is a quicker treatment. So if for people who are in a rush or just come at lunchtime, want a quick 20-minute procedure, this is a good choice. Also, it is good for oily skin and acne prone skin also. Any kind of skin, basically oily skin, enlarged pores, it works really well. The Q switch laser. Even for men, it's a great choice because, like I said, it's a quick procedure. So right now, how the carbon peel works. Let's get to the carbon peel. So this is the first step. We are applying liquid carbon on the face. This takes about 5 to 10 minutes to dry after application. We are applying a really thin layer of liquid carbon.
Dr. Prerna,
Yeah.
many people have DM me asking, can we use it for around the eyes or under eye?
This is an absolutely safe laser. You can even use it for under eye pigmentation. Like I said, dark lips, lip pigmentation, you can use it. There is no problem. And we give you eye shields. So it's absolutely fine to use in the under eye area. Very safe.
Super.
We recommend you do, once in a month carbon peel, about 4 to 6 sittings for best results. And people, once they start doing, they want to do more and more. Also, they like it because a lot of people don't want to use chemical bleach to bleach their fine hair. So this is a much more chemical-free way to bleach your hair rather than chemical bleaching.
And how does it, it definitely helps in acne to shrink the pores. So the question is, I got from many people while we posted the Insta Live session is that,
Yeah.
does this help to reduce pores?
Yeah. So this is a two-step process. Now the first step where we apply the carbon and the first pass of laser is given, that is to remove the carbon. So that pass, it absorbs the excess oil, sweat, dirt, exfoliates and works on the pores. Now the second pass of laser after the carbon is removed is used for your pigmentation and the forehead, wherever the skin tone is a kind of uneven and things like that. So, yeah, it's very good for people who have oily skin, enlarged pores, because this carbon, when we remove the carbon using the laser, it helps to absorb all the excess oil and sweat and things like that on the face.
Yeah, so maybe you can start the laser on the lips before the rest of the carbon dries up. We can show them the laser for the lips, yeah?
Can I come here, show the machine? So this is our machine, we use it for different settings. This is for freckles. 1064. Okay guys, while we wait for the carbon to dry up, this is the 4 mm which we are using for the lip, and we can use for the entire face as well. For tattoos we generally use a different 3 mm. Okay, so while we wait for the carbon to dry up, we'll start with the lips. Okay, Dr. Krishna, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
As you can see, she's quite comfortable. There's no discomfort or anything.
Yeah.
So like that, we give a number of passes on the lips, and this can be combined with a chemical peel or volite for the lips, and all for people who have darker lips. Now we'll start with the face. As you can see, the carbon has dried up. So there'll be a sound, don't be scared, but is no pain.
Maybe on the lip, which was a sensitive area, some people feel a little sensitive and a slight pricking sensation when it's happening, but quite tolerable, not too painful. But on the face, it's and we can adjust the energy settings based on how much a person is tolerating.
Yeah, I'm just going to increase the energy a little bit for the face. Okay, let's start.
So we're ready?
Yes, ready. band now?
Yeah, more like standing a little flicking. I think probably the flicking is a little more as you come closer to the, inner cheeks and the nose. But it's okay. And when do we know that we should stop doing the laser? What are the changes you see on the skin, Dr. Prerna?
Meaning while you're doing the laser.
While
If there's any redness or a lot of discomfort, then we stop. Otherwise, as such, this laser is fine. Can you take your lip in, please? Hardly anybody has, stopped while doing it. It's generally very well tolerated. If you want a break, tell me.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm pretty good, going well. So this treatment can, I think, complete really within 10 to 15 minutes. So the first pass, as you said, is for taking on.
The first pass will burst the carbon particles, absorb all the oil, sweat, exfoliate the skin, and all the carbon will be removed in the first pass. There's no problem going in the under eye area as well. Yeah, forehead is the problem for most of us, especially in Indian skin. We all need to work on our forehead pigmentation.
Can we show the audience any of the hair bleaching, if there's any fine hair?
Yeah.
Maybe you can come close and see if I may be having a few fine hair.
Yeah, let's try.
Because I recently did my laser hair reduction session, so
Yeah.
probably a few fine hair. Maybe we can try to show the bleaching.
Correct. Yeah, I'll just do that. You see the dark hair here? So look. You can see the white hair here, the bleached hair. Yeah.
Yep.
So people who want laser-based bleaching, this can be done. The fine has also just this bleach.
one common question is a lot of people who do laser hair reduction on the upper lip.
Yeah.
Sometimes they feel the hair has become fine, but there is this faint, pigmentation on the top
Yeah.
of the lip. When the hair
Yeah.
becomes fine. So will this laser help, or there anything else can be done for it?
No, definitely this is a good laser, not only for the upper lip, for the entire perioral area, which is again very commonly seen in Indian skin. So it can be done with this, along with, maybe a chemical exfoliation, maybe some safe depigmenting creams, which contain, ingredients like your kojic and arbutin, licorice, these kind of ingredients can be used. But this is definitely a good choice in the treatment plan when it comes to our dark lips or dark mouth area, basically. You just need to show from the mouth. Yeah, so that's our first pass done. Okay, all the carbon is removed, and basically this, like I said, is helpful to remove all the excess oil. And immediately after the first pass, we can do the second pass. So that will help in your pigmentation issues. Okay, you just quickly show. You can work on areas where you feel there is no pigmentation. Do feathering, do multiple passes.
I think my main issue is always that.
Yeah. I think we all don't put sunscreen on our forehead also.
Yeah.
For some reason we forget.
No, I actually try to put my
Yeah.
sunscreen no matter what, but I think it's probably nowadays, I think because we're wearing the mask and
Right.
we're always covering the cheek area.
Yeah.
Somehow I think the forehead is looking
Just
darker than the
forgotten, no? Yeah.
cheek. I feel the cheeks are looking fairer than the forehead.
The forehead just stands out more, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone has a misconception that you put sunscreen and you will not get tanned. So why don't you bust that for us, that tanning will happen no matter what. But
I wish it was that easy.
yeah, but definitely the sunscreen is more for protecting against the harmful UVA and UVB rays.
Yeah.
And again, even if you do tan, it probably will be an even tanning. And there will not be a patchy tan or patchy pigmentation, which can happen if you don't put sunscreen at all.
Yeah, and most of us don't put enough sunscreen.
Yeah.
You need 2 tablespoons of sunscreen on your face every day. And most of us don't reapply for practical reasons. But if your skin is sun sensitive, you need to reapply every 3 hours. And a lot of people haven't yet found the proper sunscreen which they feel they're comfortable to use every day.
I think that's really sensitive. So what could be the basic, everybody I'm sure who are watching right now want to know, are there any side effects, and what could be the worst thing that could happen when you do this laser?
So, like any treatment, always after any treatment, moisturize your skin. Try not to step out in the sun that day. Don't work out that day. Don't use face wash for a day. But moisturizer, sunscreen only for 3 days. No vitamin
Should not
C.
use face wash at all.
Face wash not on that day. Next day you can use. Just wash with cold water. This is for any treatment, and it's the same goes for the Q-Switch. Just don't go out in the sun. Use moisturizer, sunscreen for 3 days, no actives for 3 days. So if you're using any retinol, vitamin C or any anti-acne medication, please don't use it on the day of a procedure. So this is very simple stuff which you have to do for any procedure and every procedure. Moisturize and come, and then after the procedure always moisturize. Basically that's it. So like that we do multiple passes. I've just shown 2 passes, but you can do a third pass.
You done?
Yeah.
Wow, so I definitely feel there's like a little pricking sensation on the skin, and I think the last time that I did my carbon laser, we put a little lower energy setting. This time I asked Dr. Prerna to gear up the energy, so it was a little higher energy setting, and I guess maybe that's why I feel a little pricky sensation in a few places and slight burning, but tolerable while she's putting the cool,
That was
The cool pad.
that much should be expected to
Yeah.
see good results, and that should settle within 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, it already feels better with the cool dabbing
Yeah.
of the cool cloth.
Correct.
So that feels much better. And yeah, unlike like the CO2 lasers where you have to put numbing cream, this can be tolerated without a numbing cream.
Yeah, but when you use it for like tattoo removal, we use much higher settings, and that would require numbing cream or local anesthetic injection would be required when we do tattoo removal using the same laser. Even for freckles, we can use it. Again, for that also a numbing cream may be required, but not for carbon blade. So over the next few days, she will notice that her skin looks brighter, and certain pigmentation issues have become better, and over the next couple of weeks the skin will definitely look more exfoliated and brighter.
Yeah, so I did do this treatment about a month and a half back, and I felt like I needed a top up or a maintenance. So this was the perfect opportunity. Otherwise, we hardly get times for ourselves.
Absolutely.
So Saturday evening well spent on my carbon laser. I'm set for the weekend, I guess.
For the next couple of weekends, for sure.
Couple of weekends
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This was our carbon peel.
So you,
and
I don't know if you can see, but maybe there is a slight redness on the
slight
skin.
redness, yes.
Yeah, and you can see the slight redness, which is okay. It's part of what you will notice, and about probably a couple of hours, maybe an hour or two, this redness should kind of settle down. So I'm already feeling better. The pricking is much better now. So let's see. I'm gonna. Thanks, Marina. Thank you. Thank our therapist for giving us a good session. And I'm gonna take the phone away. And well, let me switch over to myself. And sorry. So we are just done, and let me see if you have any questions. Yeah, there's definitely a bit of redness, and these are my sensitive areas, so you may feel a little redness over here. Let me put some questions on. There are a couple of questions. So does it hurt? No, I think I did it. Yes, there were certain pricking sensations more. For me, it's the corners of the mouth and this cheek which is more sensitive. So that is where you can see the redness more, and that is where it was pricking me even more. Let me put the questions on to Dr. Prerna. So, Prerna, somebody is asking, Aisha is asking, is this for fairness?
Hi Aisha, no, it's not for fairness. It's for people who actually have pigmentation issues, and like our skin needs to be exfoliated. So you can do a home exfoliation once a week, but in clinic exfoliation once a month. You need to remove the dead cell buildup, the debris and all. So automatically when you remove that, the skin will look brighter. So it is your own skin. We are just removing and exfoliating the dead cells and basically that.
Yeah.
So your skin will look fairer, but it is not for fairness. It's for exfoliation or pigmentation issues.
So definitely, I guess you will tend to look brighter. You will
Yes.
tend to develop an even skin tone. I think
Correct.
our main objective in all of these skin treatments is to get your skin to be more even,
Yeah.
brighter, look more hydrated and fresh. So someone is asking, can I combine the silk peel and carbon peel at the same time?
Not on the same day. You need 15 days gap between the two treatments, and both of them on the. I wouldn't like to do any two treatments on the face on the same day.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and so no, yes, this is a carbon peel as you're asking. The silk peel is different. Well, while we are here, let me just show you. This is the silk peel dermal infusion. We did do an Insta live on the silk peel with the beautiful model Sukanya, and you can look at our Instagram channel and see that particular session where we did. So does it hurt? No.
Dr. Karishma said these were twice of what we use normally.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Kavita is asking how many sittings are helpful.
Minimum 4 sittings,
Yeah.
monthly ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for scars, Komal is asking, I have scars, is this helpful?
For scars, I wouldn't say this is the first line of laser. If you have brown, red, brown spots for acne, this is a good treatment choice. But scars require more invasive lasers. Once you finish with that, you could maintain with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, switching over to myself, a lot of you want to know the price, but I cannot tell the price and the cost. But right now, of course, with the festivals coming, in the near future, we are running a lot of discounts, and we usually give you packages, which will land up being reasonable for you. So, there could be three sessions and you get one session free, or 4 sessions and you get a session free, and the cost would be probably dealt with our clinic manager. You can call us on our clinic numbers, which are on our website www.kaesthetics.in, and I think I'm already looking a tad bit brighter and I feel the glow definitely. But the cost will range anything. It could be from 3,000 to 4,500. Also depends, are you taking a single session, which will be more expensive, but if you are taking multiple sessions, then we give you a good 15 to 20% discounts. So Sushma, yeah, you have done 4 sessions with us. We are very happy, and I hope you like the treatment and you are appreciating the results. And as you can all see, I do feel already better, but more than now, I may feel a glow now, but the results of the pigmentation I will actually see in the next week to come, and that's when I actually see the changes. So one more question, Prerna, for you. Does it help for melasma? She has done 4 sessions of Q-switch, and she's saying it didn't help too much in melasma. So let's explain melasma a little better.
See, melasma is basically a dermal pigmentation. It has an epidermal component, which is a small component of melasma, but most melasma runs deeper into the dermis of the skin. So that is very difficult to treat. Melasma is a stubborn condition, but it will help to brighten the melasma, definitely lighten the patches to a certain extent, along with medication, along with probably tablets, creams for melasma, and we even do some injections of tranexamic acid, or we do like growth factor injections into the melasma. But in your melasma treatment and management, this is one of the options which we will include.
Yeah. So definitely yes, a Q-switch is not the ultimate treatment for melasma, and it will help to lighten it to some extent. To be honest, 100% melasma removal is almost impossible, and it is a hormonal issue. It is very internal, and it may keep popping out. Some people do the Q-switch along with topical creams, and there are certain creams which are based with tranexamic acid, as she said, steroid based creams, retinols. All of this in combination will have to be used along with your Q-switch. Probably take tranexamic acid tablets too for 5 to 6 months. There may be a certain period where you will find your melasma is reducing with the combination of all of these. And then when you stop it, you'll notice after 6 months or a year, the melasma may return, because unfortunately, it is a hormonal condition. It can keep popping out. And the moment it starts getting darker, the melasma patches, you must do some sort of a laser chemical peel and start reusing your retinols and topical creams to keep it in control. yeah, so we will see you soon at the clinic again. And maybe if you have not started any of the retinol or the topical creams or the tablets, we can look at you and restart those tablets. So I think we've pretty much answered most of the questions, and I hope you have enjoyed the carbon peel. And we have to thank Dr. Prerna
Thank you
for
Thank you
doing the
joining
peel
in.
on us. And thank you all for joining us for this Insta Live. We are very happy. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope you visit us soon to get the carbon peel laser done. Till then, goodbye. See you. Have a nice weekend.
Bye. Thank you. Happy weekend.